Hello everyone, welcome to AUKI Lifestyle. Tonight is a very special night for me because I am here in Kandy to experience one of Sri Lankan's greatest cultural and religious traditions. This is the Kandy Esala Perahera, and tonight I had the opportunity to watch the first Randoli Perahera of 2026 and capture these incredible moments for you. So in today's vlog, I am going to take you with me into the atmosphere of the Randoli Perahera, but more importantly, I am going to explain what we are actually watching. So join with me in this vlog. Before the procession begins, let's understand what the Kandy Esala Perahera actually represents. The Esala Perahera is an religious and cultural festival centered around the sacred tooth relic of the Buddha enshrined at Dalada Maligawa in Kandy. It is held during the month of Esala, which usually falls around July or August. Historically, the festival also carried association with the prayers of rain, agriculture, prosperity and the well-being of the people. Today, it has become one of the Sri Lanka's most important religious and cultural events. And what makes the Kandy Perahera unique is that what we see tonight is actually 5 processions coming together as one magnificent procession. The first and most important is the Sri Dalada Maligawa Perahera. Then come the 4 great Devala processions. Together, these 5 processions form the Kandy Esala Perahera. The procession starts with the performance of traditional whip crackers. The sound help announce that arrival of the grand procession and creates a dramatic transition between the spectators and the ceremonial groups that follow. Then follow with the fire dancers and torch bearers. Then the traditional flag holders. Look carefully at the beginning of the procession. You will see traditional flags and ceremonial symbols. These aren't simply decorations. Flags and standards historically represent kingdoms, institutions, authority and religious identity. The processions therefore becomes almost like a moving historical pageant, bringing together elements of Sri Lankan's royal, religious and cultural heritage. Perahera doesn't simply begin on the first night we see it on the streets. There is an entire sequence of traditional rituals before the grand procession begins. The festival traditionally starts with Kapsitwima, a sacred ceremony involving the planting of a consecrated young jackfruit tree at each of 4 Devalayas. This is followed by several nights of internal Devalaya processions. Then the processions come into the street as the Kubal Perahera. The Kubal Perahera traditionally take place over 5 nights and it's comparatively simpler. And after those 5 nights comes the much more elaborate Randoli Perahera. This is where the atmosphere becomes even grander. More elaborate ceremonial elements, beautifully decorated elephants, dancers, drummers and traditional performers fill the streets of Kandy. And tonight I am watching the very first Randoli Perahera of this year's festival. Now you may be wondering, what does exactly the word Randoli mean? The term is associated with the traditional royal palanquins or ceremonial processions connected with the Kandyan court. The Randoli nights therefore represent a particularly grand and ceremonial phase of the Perahera. And as we watch the procession tonight, we are not simply watching a parade, we are watching traditions that connect modern Sri Lanka with the ceremonial culture of the old Kandyan kingdom. Now look at these dances. These traditional Kandyan dances are one of the most recognizable cultural symbols of Sri Lanka. Their elaborate costumes, rhythmic movements, acrobatics and distinctive headgear represent centuries of performing traditions. The Maligawa Perahera has the most important processions in the entire procession. It represents Sri Dalada Maligawa, the temple of tooth, sacred tooth relief. And here comes one of the most iconic sites of the entire Perahera, the Maligawa Tusker. The Tusker occupies a position of extraordinary ceremonial importance. Look at the elaborate decorations, the traditional costume and the canopy carried above the elephant. Behind around the Tusker, you can see an incredible combination of traditional dancers, drummers, torchbearers and other ceremonial participants. For many people watching the Perahera, this is the moment when the true significance of the processions becomes very real. It is not simply a spectacular visual, it is a deeply religious ceremony centered on the venerations of the sacred tooth relic. Our procession is the Devala, the lay custodian responsible for important administrative and ceremonial duties associated with the sacred tooth relic. After the Maligawa Perahera comes the processions from Natha Devala. Natha is regarded in Kandyan tradition as an important guardian deity of Kandy and is associated with the future Buddha's Maitreya. The Natha Devala therefore has a very special place within Kandyan's religious landscape. During the Perahera, its processions follows the Maligawa Perahera as part of the 5 procession structure. Sri Lanka tourism identifies Natha as the second procession in the established order. Next comes the Vishnu Devala Perahera. In Sri Lankan Buddhist tradition, Vishnu is regarded as a guardian of the Buddha Sasana and the island. The Vishnu Devala therefore represent an important example of the way Buddhist and Hindu traditions have interacted within Sri Lanka's religious culture. As the processions moves through the streets, we can see the same combination of dancers, drummers and elephants, lights and ceremonial traditions. Following Vishnu comes the Kataragama Perahera. Kataragama is a powerful and widely revered dietary in Sri Lanka. The Kataragama tradition has a strong connection with themes of courage, protection and victory. This procession is often especially energetic with vibrant dance performance, drumming and ceremonial displays. And once again we see how different religious traditions have become part of the cultural fabric of Kandy. The special dance performance in this procession is the peacock dance and the Bhakti Kavadi dance performance. This is the only place we can see the Kavadi dance performance and the peacock dance in this procession. And finally, we have the Paththini Devala Perahera. Paththini is one of the most widely revered goddess in Sri Lanka. She is traditionally associated with protection, health and well-being. Her procession completes the 4 Devala processions that follow the Maligawa Perahera. So this has a very special thing in this procession. This is the only place that female dance performers perform in these processions. In all other Peraheras, only the male dancers performs, and only in the Paththini Devala, female dancers also performs. So when you watch the entire processions tonight, remember this order: Maligawa, Natha, Vishnu, Kataragama and Paththini. 5 processions moving together as one. But beyond the lights, costumes and spectacular performance, the Kandy Esala Perahera has a much deeper meaning. As its center is reverence for the sacred tooth relic of the Buddha, the festival also represents centuries of Sri Lankan history, royal traditions, Buddhist heritage and the relationship between the Maligawa and the 4 guardian Devalayas. It is a living tradition It isn't simply something recreated for tourists. It continues as a religious and cultural observance, connecting today's generation with traditions that have developed over many centuries. And tonight is only one night of the Randoli Perahera. There are another 4 more nights to come. The festival continues through several Randoli nights, gradually building towards the grand final procession. The final Randoli Perahera is traditionally the most spectacular night of the festival, bringing together the full ceremonial grandeur of the event. And after that, the night processions, the festival concludes with the traditional Diya Kapima or water cutting ceremony, followed by the daytime procession. And just like that, another unforgettable night in Kandy comes to an end. Tonight I took you with me to experience the first Randoli Perahera of 2026. But more than just showing you beautiful images, I hope this vlog helped you understand what you are actually seeing. The Maligawa Perahera, the Natha Devala, the Vishnu Devala, the Kataragama Devala and the Paththini Devala, 5 processions, one magnificent tradition. And you can see now the dolas, the randolis carrying in the procession. And centuries of Sri Lankan history, faith and culture coming alive on the streets of Kandy. So if you never experienced the Kandy Esala Perahera, I hope this video gives you a small taste of the atmosphere. And if you have watched the Perahera before, let me know in the comments section which part of the procession is your favorite. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and share. And don't forget to subscribe to AUKI Lifestyle for more videos like this, and follow my social media.